Welcome to a brand new. Are you doing drugs?
No. This is medicine.
Wow, Pat. You're lucky you're on the Drag the Leg podcast, because doing that drugs, try that in a small town, Booker.
Oh, man. Not in my small town. Sorry.
Not in my small town, dude. Not in my small ass. Don't come on my small face.
Anybody watching in a small town right now, I want to apologize for that. And I want to make sure we didn't click the little button that says, is this made for a small town or not? And I
see how far you get up my ass.
I bet you couldn't get 2 knuckles deep in my town.
See how many people you can shoot at my concert. Oh no, we just got canceled off Warped Tour.
Oh yeah, we can't do that. We can't make those jokes. Those jokes aren't.
Oh yeah, if we make those jokes, we'll get canceled from punk rock.
Yeah, we don't want to get canceled from punk rock.
I've been to hell. What is up, dude? Welcome to another New Music Friday.
Good evening, Lakers. How you doing? We're here to listen to the music and kick some ass, and we're all out of ass.
I think we're not all.
I did it right that time.
You got some music for us? Hell yeah. It better be new music. If it's not, I'll end it.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? No, we should steal other people's fans. Like,
yeah.
Let's not call them the Lakers. Let's call ourselves like let's just steal like the Misfits fans. Let's be the Fiend Army.
Ooh, how about we take from the Misfits and from Taylor Swift, and we'll call them Misfees. Misfees.
That would be sick, just to steal another fan base's fan name.
We'll just say, yeah, hey guys, you guys are the Fiend Club. Thanks for being here and listening to us. We are the Misfits.
Welcome to a brand new episode of Danzig Misfits.
The one everyone likes, Misfits.
No, who is the other dude?
We should name our show Danzig Misfits. Everybody will love it.
Do you want to rename the podcast to Danzig Era Misfits?
Dude, by the way, if it wasn't obvious that we're fans of Every Time I Die, people are like, oh, that's like after the Every Time I Die song. It's like, yes, obviously. but it's not as super obvious. That one, there's no questions. Is your band named after the Danzig Era Misfits? Yes.
Oh, God damn it. We really missed a fucking opportunity.
Hey,
just
guys.
to call our podcast. We could have called our podcast Danzig Era Misfits. Danzig Era Misfits. I said that all
we're Henry Rollins'
stupid.
Black Flag. Those punk eras that everyone knows.
Or just like name it after a documentary, like Get in the Van, the documentary, the podcast. Not unofficial.
So hey,
Aaron,
Fiend Club, how you guys doing?
Aaron says, welcome, Fiend Club.
Yeah.
Aaron says, I've never been here before. So hey, what's up, Aaron? You are currently at New Music Friday. We do these most Fridays whenever me and Pat aren't doing shit. Yeah. Last 2 weekends, I was in Maryland and I was doing shows with Robbie the Fire. Pat was, getting groceries.
Yeah.
And groceries are important. Groceries are important. You know who needs groceries, Pat?
Huh.
The Danzig Era Misfits. And welcome to a brand new episode of Danzig Era Misfits. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
You do the intro. I apologize.
Yeah, we got to do the intro to the podcast, the Danzig Era Misfits.
I forgot that what I was actually doing last Friday was I ate so terribly last Friday that I woke up the next morning and threw up. That's how it was.
You threw up in the morning?
Dude, I had, I think, 5 cheeseburgers that day.
Time frame
from different places. So let's say,
actually time frame's important, because I am a big proponent of 6 beers is not that many. You know what I mean? Or a bottle of wine is not that many, because if you look at the time frame, you usually start drinking around 6, and if you go to bed at 11, a bottle of wine's not that much, and 6 beers is not that much. 6 12-ounce beers is not that much on a work night. I'm just saying for people, not me, for people.
Got it, officer? Okay.
Nah, I hold true to that Doug Stanhope joke. Everyone should take a test every year based off, and then they can set their limit.
Yeah, I think that so so I think I can't remember. I had I had 2 cheeseburgers from Anna McFlurry from McDonald's. I did,
Okay.
but before that, I was in
Wait, do you have
Wendy's.
McDoubles? Do you have quarter
Just
pounders?
regular cheese, 2 regular cheeseburgers.
Oh, okay.
Because Andy, I had just come from Wendy's where
Yeah.
I
It's really funny to talk about your dinner and in the middle
was
of
my
it go,
treat day.
I had just come from Wendy's.
You see, Andy, I was coming from Wendy's and I was still a little parched. I said, I want some ice cream with this. And I said, well, if I'm here to get some ice cream, I better get some more cheeseburgers. So I got 2 more cheeseburgers. And then for dinner, I had 2 cheeseburgers with tater tots.
Wait. So, okay, so you got one at Wendy's.
I think
You were like,
that
hadn't
and a
died.
10-piece.
What?
That and a 10-piece.
What time was that?
Like I said, that was probably around. But all of the cheeseburgers, everything that I ate that day was between probably 2 and 6.
Wait, what size Wendy's burger? Was it on the was it a combo or did you get it off of the like cheapo menu?
No. So what I got at Wendy's, Andy, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I got a Dave single, I got a 10-piece nugget, and I also got a junior bacon cheeseburger. But I drank water with that.
So you had 6 burgers.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that 6.
So you had 6 burgers. Dude,
Is that a lot?
you and me would be so fucking ripped if we weren't problem eaters.
Pieces of absolute shit all the time.
No, is yours like why do you eat so much? Because my part of mine is I didn't learn proper coping skills with stress, so like part of that is why I eat a bunch, and then I just like food. So for example, like if I'm at work and they just go, we're getting sandwiches, I can't control myself. I look and I go, is that chicken parm? The most common fucking sandwich people get. I just get so goddamn excited for it. I can't. I overeat until I start to feel like that. Oh, but like, what is it for you?
I think it's probably the same thing. It's like I eat my feelings, but like all of my feelings. Like, so if I'm happy, it's like, celebrate, let's get some cheeseburgers. If it's like, oh man, I feel like shit, I'm gonna have some cheeseburgers. And then like if I'm just like, man, I'm hungry, cheeseburgers. Probably gonna have,
okay.
Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's always the answer is feelings, eating those feelings.
Okay, so 2 p.m. What did you do that day?
So earlier that day I had I believe I
cheeseburgers.
I was prepping some cheeseburgers for later on the day.
I was having my breakfast burgers without the egg.
I did exercise. So now this is a key. Okay, so I was fasting, Andy, because I'm trying to be healthy. You see, and
it sounds like it.
And I waited, and I ended up having. I usually podcast. I train in the morning, usually around 6 a.m. Then I podcast around 10 or so with my buddy Jeff, and then the rest of the day, usually after that,
cheeseburgers.
It's cheeseburgers. Exactly. That's my day. That's like, this was my first, and Andy, this was literally my first. I had been eating well this week, trying my best, counting calories, trying to get back on track, and this was my first cheat day, and it turned into a cheat weekend. But it started with me throwing up from eating so much. Because I got
room.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I did really good this week. Let's have 6 cheeseburgers, a McFlurry, and some nuggets.
Cheat days can be pretty dangerous because one, people act like a cheat day is like, oh, I'm just gonna freebase fucking.
Dude, like legitimately, dude, I did a bang bang. You remember from Louis? I literally got that from Louis. Dom and I still joke about like getting so full from eating and then going like, hey, do you want to go to Wendy's? Like,
I wouldn't enjoy the bang bang because like I remember one time when like 2 or 3 jobs ago they had a food truck that was serving like barbecue and shit. And there was a bunch of people, like they would give us tickets to get the barbecue. I got my barbecue, and then I kept finding people who just didn't want to eat it for some reason. Yeah. And I just got like 3 or 4 servings of barbecue. And so like that was basically a bang bang, probably the same amount of food. And then I just got put in like it felt like I had bad drugs in my system, like the high, and I'm like, I fucking hate that. But I will do like I'll start my I can start my day off with a crazy breakfast that just, how do you think that'll help you through the day? And then lunch rolls around and just go fucking nuts. But I do not enjoy the bang bang. I enjoy the bang and then eventually another bang.
You like a bang break bang.
Yeah, because I'm not like, it was always annoying because I'm fat, but like I would always be fat. Like, don't get me wrong, I still got a belly, but you see me in that gym. I don't deserve fat as much anymore. But like I would always been like a fat guy, but I never felt like I would eat like a fat guy at a meal, but I would just constantly grab snacks and stuff. I'm more fat because of snacks and beer.
Mine is like so surprisingly enough, I didn't realize two of the worst things about diet soda are the fact that it apparently can worsen the effects of Alzheimer's. Like if you are due to be Alzheimer'd in your older age, you are apparently going to have a worse Alzheimer's experience. Which
you got to counteract that with nicotine.
Like, is that what you can do? You get the aspartame with the nicotine. Should I bring smoking back into my regimen?
No, not like cigarettes, but nicotine. Because like all the shit in the filters will fucking kill you. But nicotine itself apparently wards off symptoms of Alzheimer's.
Get the fuck out of here! Really? So I could still be having Diet Kirks and fucking have a goddamn like a little one of those little nicotine patches that people put in their little pouch.
Yeah, I'm afraid. See, I'm afraid of doing the pouches because I have like bad gums, and then so I don't want to. I feel like Zyn and stuff will make that worse, but I do eventually want to be a dude with a pipe who's smoking like that. And every time my wife yells at me, I'll go, "You want me to have Alzheimer's? Wow, that's crazy. You want me to have Alzheimer's? Wait, let me address this. Sorry, you go.
No, I was just going to say, and the other thing is the fact that surprisingly enough, that diet soda apparently keeps you, it also hinders you from losing weight somehow. So like, I don't have a lot of vices. I really don't. I really don't necessarily enjoy drinking. Sorry. It's not a judgment. I just, one of those things. I love weed. Don't get me wrong. And like hallucinogens, if the settings right. I'm not like one of those.
I don't have a lot of vices. I ate 3 cheeseburgers yesterday.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. It's like eating is the only thing. That's the only thing I really like.
Yeah.
Like I have a super duper sweet tooth, and I also like impulse control issues necessarily.
Yeah.
If I'm not doing one terrible thing, it's going to be doing something else terrible. But really, I like. I love treats. I'm like,
no, same. I'm the same. I'm the exact same fucking way. So we are 13 minutes into New Music Friday and haven't played one song. So I'm going to turn this ship around and abide by I've Been to Hell was asking, yo, Drag, you should show your friend here Not Ready to Die song by Avenged Sevenfold to see if he likes it. Or wait, is that the one we played like 2 weeks ago?
I don't think so. He said Avenged Sevenfold. We didn't play Avenged Sevenfold.
You weren't here when we played an Avenged Sevenfold song.
Oh, so we're getting a request. Like you want to bring one back, see what old Patty thinks, huh?
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Oh, yeah. We played that last week. All right, I'll have that here. I have that ready to go. We will play that a little bit later. So let's hop in to some new stuff. So I really wanted to start off with this because
and guys, if you're just tuning into Danzig Era Misfits, this is what we do every Friday. We try to stream around 8 p.m. with you guys. You guys come in, pound off, send us in some artists, some new shit that you're listening to. We share some shit we're listening to, and that's just what it is. Also, usually we stream Sunday mornings here at Danzig Era Misfits, and we do the same thing. We basically talk. We have more, subjects and stuff, and those aren't going to be as much music being played.
Hell yeah, there will be no music being played. To be specific,
I'm going to play some on my phone.
You just sit there on your phone.
Yeah, I usually just you don't usually see it. You usually think I'm looking at my cats, but I'm actually just listening to music on my phone.
That would be
and not telling you about it.
that would be fucking great if you were just sitting there with headphones in, and I was like, "All right, Pat." So Oliver Anthony put out. You're just like, "Huh?"
Did you say something? Hold on. What? I take my headphone out.
I'm listening to Danzig Era Misfits real quick.
It's my favorite podcast.
Have you ever heard? What's this one say? The one song I have requested is Planet Zero by Shinedown. Hell yeah, we'll check that out. We'll do requests later in the show, actually, probably sort like after 9 p.m. or so, 9:15, and then so get your links and stuff ready, and we'll be doing. It
could be 9:23. We don't know, honestly, but we're gonna find out. I said it could be 9:23. We don't know.
There's a lot of 9:26 would be pushing it. I don't see it being 9:26, but 9:23 is an extreme possibility.
Honestly, if we get to 9:26, don't expect that song to come in. But honestly, anytime before 9:26, we can pretty much guarantee it.
Guaranteed. Have you ever heard Guilt Trip? I've heard the name. I don't know the band. Pat, have you heard Guilt Trip?
It sounds like you're talking about my mother.
No, it's a band.
Oh no, I have not.
Okay.
Nope.
Was your mom in a band?
Yeah, she was in a Gigi Allen's band. It was Gigi Allen.
She was the one. She was the one who suggested he should shit on people. She's like, Gigi,
shit on those fucking maggots, you piece of shit.
I turned your mom into like a Jewish woman from New York. Gigi,
Gigi, yo, you better shit on him.
Why don't you shit on me, not just the table? You just wasted shit. Why don't you do it on me, Gigi? Yo, remember 17 minutes. We need to clip that.
Yeah, we're gonna
All right. So this is the song I'm fucking hyped about. I actually already did a reaction to it on my own, but I really want you to listen to it. Okay. And I'm doing a lot of preamble. Don't be the best Pat you could be. Don't pretend to like it just for me because I'm coming over it. But this is End. So you know I'm a big fan of Counterparts, right, Pat?
Yes, that's true.
And their lead singer is in another band, and it's this band. And it is a hardcore band, but it's in a different vein than Counterparts. So it's similar but different.
Gaping Wounds of Earth.
Yes, Gaping, which great start to a song title. If you can get it in there, put Gaping in there. But let's just fucking get into it. It's good as shit, dude.
Let's gape.
So
There we go. Gaping Wounds of Earth by End. I already did my video. I creamed all over the place for it. Pat, I'm very excited. What did you think about it?
That was brutal. That was sick. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't have much else. Like no notes from me as far as really most of it. I'm really interested. So is this a side project band that the gentleman from Boundaries was in? Like it's before, or is this a side project? Is this like a single that's coming out with them? Because this is really cool. I want to hear more. It's like I kept saying, like I kept wanting to say it sounds like it reminds me of, but it really doesn't. It really is truly like unique. It doesn't really I can't really compare it to much. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was like every time I wanted to predict like something that was going to happen, or even that you just thought, and not in a good or a bad way. Like I'm saying, like in like literally where I'm like, oh, they're probably, oh shit, nope. Like they didn't give you. Maybe that's my only note. Maybe I would have liked a couple more of those parts to be a little bit longer, but that's what they're doing, and it sounded great. It's just one of those things of it was a great selling point for their band. Like the imagery is fucking cool as shit. Also, I get at the end because that's why they're called End, because that's what happens at the end of their songs. They end.
I hate you so
Dude,
much.
because their songs end. Do you get it? Because like the song ended, and then that was the name of the band.
In your defense, you're not wrong. At the end of the song, it ended.
It was like if they were like, stop. if their name was stop, I would have accepted that as well. But there was it was really, like I said, I like my favorite part of the video, Andy, was a part where the guy squished the guy's face down. That was pretty cool.
That was pretty fucking sick. That was pretty fucking sick. Yeah, I said it already in the video, but I enjoyed that for a lot of reasons. I've noticed, so the other day I got on a big hip hop kick. I told you I found this, the Launchpad X. Yeah, the MIDI board. I'm gonna open up the Beat Lab. I'm gonna be a beat doctor.
He's gonna use that digital Ouija board to get some digital spirits out here to funk your butts.
No, not spirits, dude. I'm gonna be a beat doctor, and I'm gonna get everyone hooked on beat Percocets, and I'm gonna make $1 million.
I saw that documentary.
Yeah, dude. I'm selling you boom bap opiates.
Yeah.
No, but I was getting into I've been listening to a lot of fucking MF Doom. You ever fuck with MF Doom?
Actually, yeah. In my Adult Swim heavy days, that's where I came to find MF Doom, and I really liked the fact that I loved all the, I guess, what is it called, the lo-fi kind of sound, like how he would like use old samples and shit like that. Like I always really appreciated.
Yeah, not all of it. I wouldn't call all of his stuff lo-fi, but he was definitely in that ballpark and in that scene of dudes who did that. But he had
of him and Danger Mouse, like the thing that he did.
No, he definitely got in those spaces from time to time. I'm just being a fucking nerd about it, and I'm like, well, actually, some of it was this and some of it was that. But no, I was listening to a bunch of that shit, and I was getting into like some other more. It's basically, I don't know if you'll get this reference, but it's basically the like West Side Guns, MF Doom, Action Bronson starter pack that a lot of like white dudes get into, and I've been sort of trolling around in that. I've always listened to that stuff, but I'm saying the past couple of days I got like heavy into that shit. And I say all this to say I realized the music that I like a lot of music, but the music that I really fall in love with always goes down to two categories, and it's basically, well, it's really one broad category of what music makes me feel this sense of wanting to like cause violence. Because any rap that I really like, it makes me want to like grab a ski mask and rob a 7-Eleven. And then any fucking hardcore that I like makes me want to, take out a room full of people in like John Wick style. Like that, that is very in the ballpark of music I enjoy. Which, bringing it back to this song by End, is the second I heard this, I was like, boy, howdy, could I really use 8 Miller Lights and a pit of small children? And down over in Philadelphia.
You know what I would really love? Someplace off the grid. Or you can really hide a body.
I'm going to collect rainwater and spin kick people smaller than me.
Collect rainwater. Get the fuck out of here, you weirdo. Sorry, my cat's attacking me. I feel like when I listen to hip hop,
the fuck, I don't know why, but that fucking cough got me. You were like, get out of here. That was fucking crazy, dude.
When I was
throwing up another burger.
I did have 17 burgers today. I think I fine-tuned it, Andy. I got it right. I took a Pepsi.
I took a Pepsi and a ginger ale.
No, whenever
sometimes you just need unflavored bubbles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess there's ginger in ginger ale, but that's why if I eat too much, dude, I just crush a bunch of seltzers and you burp it out, and then you basically didn't eat anything.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That fills your stomach up with air, and then you're
Sometimes
good.
you need bubbles. Sometimes you need the bubbles.
Like gas. When I listen to hip hop, I feel like I want to sell drugs or launder money. You know what I mean? Like I want to do like crimes, but not like hurt anybody, not violent things. But when I listen to when I feel like when I listen to shit like metal or any of that, like a heavier shit like that, I feel like that's more of a invasive thought time. That's what I'm thinking about. Like maybe I'll run my car into oncoming traffic. Maybe I'll,
maybe we'll drive into that school.
Yeah, maybe I'll throw a bottle of champagne off the fucking highway overpass into a school bus windshield. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe I'll skyhook all the trash in my car into fucking woods.
Maybe I'm just gonna take a handful of change and throw it at this fucking guy's car. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'm just gonna fucking huck a battery at this dude's fucking head. Maybe.
Dude, I almost let. Sorry, I didn't know you had 7 more. No, I almost let the invasive thoughts win this morning. I was driving and I was going to turn, and I'm going to turn left. So if there's oncoming traffic, you let them go.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there, and there's this guy coming, and he's like slowing down, but he's not slowing down enough that I really can tell he's stopping.
Yeah.
And then he stops, and I'm just sitting there like, what are you fucking doing, dude? And then the most like cunty wave in the world, he just very cuntily, he's just like, and I'm like, what the? And I felt my leg motion to the door, and I was like, we're not fighting this guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy, Andy.
Yeah.
You can't, but it was like, it was so just like him giving me attitude was so out of fucking left field that it was about to drive. It was driving me fucking crazy. I wanted to fight this man.
Dude, I get to the point where I'm like, I have to say it, but I can definitely. So it's like basically I deal with dickheads driving all around all the time anyway. But anytime that happens, because it happens often, where I have my turn signal on and I'm waiting to turn left, and I am yielding because that's what I'm supposed to fucking do. Mm-hmm. And the person, one car coming up, and they just stop and they're like, and they flash their high beams. I get the little flash, and I'm like, that's not how I just do this. I go, that's not how this works. That's not how this works.
I have a really short temper for people who don't like follow the traffic rules, because it's like, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking nerd, but they're important to follow because we can't speak to each other. So it's like, just go, like, I don't know, just do the fucking thing right. But but also
music, Andy.
Legitimately, but no, bringing it back to music, legitimately, I think part of the reason I even contemplated getting out of my car was because I was blasting End, and I'm in my car listening to music that makes me want to fucking, start the zombie apocalypse.
With me, I have this reaction, and I think this is one of the list episodes that I did on Spotify. It's like there's like songs that definitely make me like feel like I like will get you a ticket for sure because of because of aggression or speed.
That's really funny.
It's really there's because that has that kind of reaction on me. Meshuggah, I found out, affects my heart rate. It gives me like a super elevated heart rate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's weird. It gives me like heart palpitations. I feel like if I ever die from a heart attack, check my fucking play history.
Just make sure.
Not my browser history, my play history on Spotify.
Honestly, Pat, I'm gonna be a real good friend and just destroy any electronics I see you have.
Thank you so much. There's a stack in that closet. Right
If
there.
you have electronics near you, there is a hammer going through them, and I'm doing one of these right up to you, and I go, I got you, baby.
Office Space it and just smash the shit out of them. And you know when you do it, just get down into really close to the computer, Andy. You just go, "This is from Pat, you fucking bitch."
You'll never take
God.
And I'll go over to Dom and I go, he will die the king you knew him as.
I'm doing this because of all of the terrible things and porn he has. Whoa,
yeah.
no.
All the things he did, it wasn't like he cheated or anything, but it's just better you don't know.
It's just weird you don't know. It's cool if you don't know the things he Googles sometimes.
Sometimes you just have to do things in private to excise the weird thoughts.
Right, exactly. And that's where the intrusive thoughts come in. That's where the thing is like, if you...
And this is when we listen to End. Exactly.
Right. There we go. See? We brought it all. That's full circle, Andy.
I'm completely listening to you. I'm just reorganizing my songs and stuff that I want to bring up and shit because I have it in one playlist with a bunch of other things, and I don't want you to think I'm being fucking rude.
Andy's counting toothpicks right now, guys. Sorry.
I'm watching pornography.
Andy dropped a bunch of toothpicks on the ground, and he's just counting them real quick, all really quick.
I've been to hell, said that's being a bad friend. No, dude. Being a good friend is lying to the women your friends love. That is being a good friend.
Yeah.
We all know guy code is lie to the women who love your friend.
Yeah, because you know what? They're the greatest people in the world, and they don't deserve to hear that terrible thing.
They're beautiful, beautiful, innocent.
Dude,
what's the animal from Final Fantasy? Chickaboo?
I don't know. Oh yeah, one of those birds.
Yeah, they're those. They're so precious. You'd never hurt them.
Big birds you can ride.
Bird in Final Fantasy. Yeah, Chocobo.
This is wife... exactly what our wives look like.
Yes.
Show them, Andy. Basically, show them our wedding pictures. Either look at that. Yeah, that's my wife. That's Dawn.
That's
right
my
there.
wife. Yeah. I want to have sex with that.
Yeah, look at that bird with those sexy feathers and that weird legs that bend the wrong way.
I'm just trying to normalize chocobo porn. That's what this was a roundabout thing to get at.
Yeah, we're not even married, actually.
No. All right, Pat. Do you want to listen to some ska?
Oh yeah, man. I was actually just saying earlier today, I want to listen to ska.
Well, let's listen to some fucking ska,
Wait,
dude.
Is this new ska?
This is new ska.
I'm on board. Pick it up.
I don't mean to stop it so early, but I just need to point out something is just really appreciate the ska. I play the trombone, but I'm trying to look like intense and sick posture.
Yeah, the lean forward. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just back it up a little so we can all look out for that and appreciate it.
Can I just point out real quick? Can I point out real quick also?
You can do whatever you want, baby.
This is a video that also kind of looks like this was like the same guy playing all four parts. There's like the guitar player and the bass player. I'm like, is that the same guy? They have the same? Is that the same guy?
The band does look like brothers.
Yeah, they look
That
like
happened with the Interrupters because they are the drummer and the bassist are literally brothers.
Well, this almost looks like a Photoshop of like the guy shaved his beard, picked up a trombone, like that was the last shot of the day, and then he just did all the leading guy parts in a fucking on a green screen, and then they just put them together. But it's a perfect ska video, by the way, black and white. It's like in a weird room together. They're just playing their instruments, performing to the camera. Perfect ska video, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
Enamored by the notion of a hypocrite. Close title doesn't really cover it. From a distance, somehow in the thick of it. On the spectrum of do we really give a shit? Count voice and appear is well made. Wind changes, then we get a quick fade. In a heartbeat, loaded down the barricade. When the dialogue turned into a hand grenade. So we see the hopeful turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Hopeful, turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes again. By the motion of the better kind. Open charity is coming from a clear mind. Term equal clearly wasn't underlined. No progress, now we gotta rewind. Spinning like a yo-yo, here we go, high-low. Heading steady, but the beat is going solo. What do I know? Getting in the wrong flow. Never ready when the world is saying, let's go! Hope for the best, expect the worst. It's not the first, you'll see the hopeful turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Hopeful turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Everyone here has a happy vibe, they're all full of life and they all protect me. They're all protecting me. Everyone here was for MI5, they're all fucking spies and they're out to get me. They'll all be getting me. Hopeful turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Hopeful turning into hateful, turning into hopeful, turning into hateful. Round and round and round, the cycle goes. And it's round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Round and round, the cycle goes again. Round and round, the cycle goes. And it's round and round and round, the cycle goes again. Round and round, the cycle goes again. Round and round and round, the cycle goes. And it's round and round and round, the cycle goes again.
There we go. That was The Cycle by Random Hands. Pat, what the heck you think about that?
If there were still Punkorama compilations, that would have been the fucking banger off of whatever that one was on. Because that was like, to me, when they wrote that
like
song,
if that started
they
out
knew
your
they had a
punk-
hit.
Yeah.
That was a hit.
Yeah. That was fun. That also too had like of my generation of ska, because like previous generations of ska, like my generation is like the basically Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake and everything after that. But like before that, they were pretty good at like being cool. Like if you go back and watch the specials, well, that's not true. If you go look up at Madness, they were the biggest dorks in the world, and they still managed to write some of the like fucking pretty cool music and shit. But no, but if you look at like a lot of bands like the Specials and stuff, they still had like a fairly cool vibe. But this is quintessential post Real Big Fish ska, where you do write a pretty damn cool song, but you still kept the cargo shorts on. So no matter,
I noticed that was my first note.
yeah, no matter how hard you try, it's like you still kept the cargo shorts on. Like that's like quintessential ska to me. Is no matter how hard you try, it's gonna seep through that you were a band kid.
And at some point, you got to do that wow 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 wow. Like with the horns, you got to you have to do the fun little like stings. You can't just do like,
oh dude, that slide he hit during like the solo, like the wow, that was like the best way to fucking lead into that solo.
So
no, I liked it too because it reminded me of the shit I used to listen to in high school, but it didn't just sound like the shit I used to listen to in high school. It reminded me. It was like reminiscent of it, but it felt it felt like it gave a little bit of a different twist on it and stuff like that. And it was just cooking. Really good production. I always listen. Dude. I always hear the drums a little bit more, just being a drummer and stuff. And the way they produced the drums, it had like a much fuller sound to it.
There was to me the direction, the editing, like of the video, the song sounded fucking great. All of the dudes in the video did a fucking great job. None of them seemed like, they all seemed like professionals. You know what I'm saying? Like legitimate. I know this sounds fucking weird to say this stuff like that, but like it didn't seem like that. Seemed like it sounds like fucking Patty Hollywood here. These kids are gonna be stars. You know what I mean? Like, but they have like they literally have everything you need. Like, what do you need?
You pull out your phone. You pull out your phone, and you're like, hey, it's your brother, Pat Eilish. You gotta listen to this.
I get that new sound you're looking for. But no, I was thinking like this speaks to our fucking argument though, that if the music that we liked was truly popular, or what, you know, was truly mainstream, like these guys should be huge. Because why wouldn't they be? They at least have enough to write. Dude, that's a fucking hit song. That's something that you could play on the radio. That's something that could be in fucking movie trailers. That's like, dude, ska is one of the most versatile music things. So my ska past was a little bit different. I did like some, like Real Big Fish is cool. Less Than Jake was cool. I definitely like Less Than Jake. But my ska love was a little bit more the harder edge ska. Like I liked Against All Authority.
Yeah.
Which was a little like more ska punk. Link 80 was another band that I really liked a lot. That still had that, like, it still did ska shit, but then it fucking ripped too. It was a great punk band. And I feel like they're kind of a continuation of the punk or ska bands I was listening to growing up. And this is actually, dude, I just feel like I'm saying the most pretentious fucking words ever, but like, it's like refreshing, like to have a good new ska band, because ska became people. I do believe people truly appreciate and like ska, and I know that there's people that unironically like it, and they're just able to laugh at themselves a little bit or whatever. But I think ska became like this weird joke, or like just like a reference.
In their defense, a lot of ska bands don't do themselves any favor.
Right? Yeah. They're dickheads that wear like big stupid goofy sunglasses and like dance around like dickheads. And
yeah, I remember that was always like the most annoying part of ska. Being a ska fan is like when people would shit on it, half of the things they'd say, you'd be like, I mean, yeah, but I like that.
yeah, literally, like just being like, yeah, or it just doesn't bother me. Like there's certain things where like, so like I said, how many times did I tell you? How many times did I try to skank and just figured out I was skipping throughout the pit, and I was just prancing about, just going, ooh, I love ska, mustard plug, wee.
To be fair though, you were carrying a basket and throwing flowers around.
And I was going, papa, and I was leaving breadcrumbs to find my way back to where I was standing. You
were twirling your braids that were in. Well, so what makes this band better than a lot of the like easily made fun of a bull What am I trying to eat?
No,
The
that's right.
ska,
Nailed it.
that was 100% right. No,
Mhm.
the ska back in the day that was like easy to mock. I think the difference is you can hear it a lot of in the horn lines and like the chord progressions and stuff. Because the ska that's easy to make fun of, they always do the horn lines that are like beep 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 bop, beep dee dee doo dee 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 dee, like they're all like that. But this had a little bit more of an edge. It actually reminded me of. Like if you go and listen to the specials, they'll have like a message to you, Rudy, which is kind of upbeat and cheery. But then they'll have songs like Ghost Town
But
that are a
then-
little like that are kind of like spooky and they're melancholy and stuff like that. This had that vein of ska to it, where it was a little bit. It had a, you know. You can only get so dark when the guitar is doing upstrokes, but it still had this darker edge to it while being boisterous and reminiscent of, like some Outcome the Wolves shit, which I am a sucker for. If your ska is reminiscent of an Outcome the Wolves, I will eat it up, because that is some of my favorite. That is some of my favorite ska type music is and Outcome the Wolves by Rancid, which I do think I would consider that a ska album.
Yeah, I think so. Like there was, again, like I said, I would categorize it ska punk or something like that, or skunk.
It's not, yeah, it's not full blown ska because there's not a lot of horns, but
yeah. But so I just want to reiterate, like the thing. So like I think the reason why a lot of those cornier, for lack of a better term, and this is like it's gonna sound like we're demeaning. Like I said, I like party ska just as much as the next guy, but
Real Big Fish was one of my favorite bands, and I still enjoy them.
But I didn't like ska because I like partying. I like ska because I like the band Chicago. I like horns, dude. I like rich horns, and I like punk rock. So if you're doing ska punk, I'm on board. And so two of my favorite elements of it are, again, in something that's brought up by Rancid, the rock organ, the piano being played with it, and then also like a rich horn section, and just like, I don't know, dude. If you haven't checked out Link 80, I would definitely check out Link 80, because what you're talking about, like that kind of spooky element of it, is
I'm putting them in my Spotify right now.
Yeah, dude. Link 80 is they're life changing. They're fucking crazy good, and it's so cool. And also, Against All Authority, excuse me, is another band that like
weren't they more punk though?
No, they had both. They're kind of both, but they also did do a cover of Ska Sucks. Excuse me,
by Propaganda, right?
Yeah, they did a cover of it.
You know what? I'm so glad you reminded me of that. That is a big reason I never got into Propaganda.
Because they said Ska Sucks.
That was one of the first songs I heard. It was when I really liked ska, and I thought they were being kind of dicks. And I remember that was a big reason and then I just never got around to it, because in the back of my mind, I just told myself, I was like, I don't like Propaganda. I just remembered that. Holy shit.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Pat. I'm glad you brought up the organ part, because that is another thing which it wasn't in the video, but you could hear it at parts that they were trying to incorporate the organ, and that is a big reason why I enjoy the Interrupters. They're really good at doing that. They're another one where it's like
I really like them too.
It's not going to be all right, cool, thanks. Thank you for saying that. You already did, but you already mentioned that you like that. But thank you, Patrick.
But sometimes you have to let somebody know that you like them. Like you like the Interrupters. Get it, Andy?
Yeah.
Do you need me to leave?
I will go online and delete any notion of our friendship.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
I will do that the second this is over.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's probably best.
God damn it. All right. Link 80 is on my phone. I'm sorry.
That was the most important part.
But no, it was, because I really enjoy the another reason why I like this, and it's why I got into that other band I said earlier. Who remembers what they're called? Don't interrupt me. But their first album was a lot of that, like, really You're frothing at the brim, dude. Their first album and the second one too was like a lot of that really fast shit where you can kind of hear, it's like that up tempo shit where you can kind of hear the organ in it and stuff like that. And they're having that kind of spooky-ish element to it. That with that edge to it, that is my favorite type of ska, because I enjoy a lot of that third wave punk influence stuff, but I think that is something they really missed out with that type of ska music, is like not really like if you look back at bands like Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake and stuff like that, not really. They basically were doing Real Big Fish. Less Than Jake was a big culprit of this, where they basically just wrote punk songs and then they would play, hit the chorus, and then when the chorus was over, they'd like play a horn part. That was like a lot of. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Less Than Jake, but that was a lot of their songwriting, and that I think is where a lot of that third wave ska kind of, like, a lot of people missed or what am I trying to say? A lot of people sort of like missed that shit because it felt like the horns were added after the fact. It didn't feel. This sounds like the horns are a key part of it. Or if you go and listen to a band like Big D and the Kids Table, the horns sound like they're a key part of it and shit like that. One last thing I was gonna say is another band, which I'm sure you listened to and enjoyed them a lot. But one type of ska that I think didn't really get a lot of traction that I really wished would have was whatever the fuck Streetlight Manifesto was doing, because that I thought was a good alteration to the downfall or the sort of pitfalls of third wave ska, and I thought that was a good alteration on doing it. But I think doing that, you have to, a lot of work goes into writing a Streetlight Manifesto song. Like, it's legitimate.
It's almost like ska prog.
Well, it's also too like you're literally like composing the way you would compose like a jazz song or a big orchestra thing or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's not really, fucking, like, I feel like a Less Than Jake song. They write the 3-chord punk song and they tell the horn players what the key is, and then they play a melody in that key and shit like that. But like Streetlight Manifesto seemed very involved in the songwriting process. Yeah. But yeah, ska's good. What do you want? What do you want from me?
More ska,
do you want to go? I don't have any more.
Are they a buy now, or they've been around for a while, these guys?
They've been around for a little bit, but this video has been out for 4 days and only has 1,000 views. So
that's fucking crazy, dude. Dude. It's such a good song, dude, and it's
it's 2023 and they're a ska band. You could be the greatest band ever, and if you're not the Interrupters, no one gives a shit about it. The Interrupters are the only ska band that probably are making all their money off the band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're the only ska because, and that just has to do with the fact that they got linked up with Tim Armstrong, and he was pushing the hell out of them. And I'm sure through those relationships, they got on like a fucking tour with Green Day and all that shit.
Yeah.
What's this band called again? Random Hands.
Foreign Hands. Random Hands.
They're doing okay. They got so they're not a buy now. They got 23,000 monthly listens on.
Yeah, Spotify. So they're doing all right. Good. They're doing pretty good. Okay. I didn't know if they were new. I didn't know if they're, because I had not heard them. I didn't know if they were like Streetlight Manifesto wasn't a band that I ever really checked out personally, but I heard a bunch about them before. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like they were on my radar somewhat. I hadn't had them, these guys on my radar. I'm definitely gonna deep dive on these dudes for sure.
Yeah. Deep dish too, knowing you.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna eat too much of it too, probably, right, Andy?
So I'm leaving the Pizza Hut on my way to Domino's.
Dude, Papa John's, idiot. I'm gonna get garlic butter to help that pizza.
All three. I mean, you're doing a fucking bang bang bang. Get all three.
What am I, a sicko? Come on. I'm not some kind of glutton. I'm gonna finish my cookie dessert and then I'm gonna go home.
Dude, I made the obscene mistake of buying I bought a sandwich from Domino's forever ago.
Oh my God, that's so disappointing.
I deserved every awful bit of it, bro.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: it wasn't that it was just bad. I fucking got it, and it was like they forgot to put chicken on. That there was like that little. I think I just got like a chicken bacon ranch because I remember I was homesick, and that's what it was. I lived in the middle of fucking Hellertown, and there was like no good delivery shit. And I got Domino's, and I was like, fuck it, I want a sandwich too, because I was sick and I didn't want to leave the house. But yeah, I remember I opened it up, and there was like, it was a chicken bacon ranch, and the amount of chicken on it was like, did you guys forget to finish the sandwich?
Yeah, they've put it on, like I've had it to where like the two pieces of bread were like together, and like all of like the cheese and stuff was like melted, and all the toppings were like all around the side of it. And like you said, like it's like 4-6 pieces of chicken and like some shitty cheese and whatever kind of shitty sauce I have on it. Pretty okay bread, like not bad bread, but like as far as like a sandwich, it was one of the worst experiences of my life.
How do you feel? And we'll get into some music in a second, but I genuinely, as a bang 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 boy, how do you feel about Panera?
I actually don't mind Panera. I think you can get a pretty solid soup and sandwich there.
I feel the same way. I feel like Panera gets too much shit. People don't
It's not the best place in the world, but it's not like it's better than like cafeteria food, but it's not great, but yeah.
Well, my problem with Panera, or how people critique Panera, is it's very similar to. It reminds me of this one time when I was at work, and we were discussing like, what's your favorite shitty pizza? And one of the dudes at work jumps in and goes, "Oh, dude, if I'm getting pizza, I gotta just go to like a good spot and just get a slice." And I'm like, "That's not what we're talking about."
Yeah, no.
We're doing the age-old conversation. Do you like Pizza Hut, Domino's, or Papa John's better? And then someone says Little Caesars, and we kick them in the dick, and then we go back to the conversation.
Dude, if anybody says Little Caesars, just get the fuck out of here.
Well, yeah, it's like, guys, it's $5 pizza. It is what it is. Obviously, like, I'm not going to shame someone if they're down hard and getting Little Caesars, but if we're having a conversation about who has the best shitty pizza, like, go fuck yourself. And I've had Little Caesars and enjoyed it, but it's not bad. Anyway, so I think Panera gets graded in the same way, but to be fair, though, Panera talks a lot of shit in their commercials, and they kind of deserve the overly criticalness. They're way more of a fast food place than people realize. You walk in, you have the big ass bakery, but it's way more of a fucking fast food place. Like, I remember I had this tweet I was so proud of, where I was like, I put a lot of heart into my tweets, Patrick.
Yeah, I know
don't
that.
scoff at me.
No, I didn't scoff. I giggled in amusement.
But no, I had this tweet where I was like, I was happy with it because I thought I nailed it, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Panera for a healthy option.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Panera for the healthy option. Orders a bacon chicken ranch with a bag of chips and gets a Mountain Dew. It's like it's fast food, guys.
Yeah.
It's fast food.
Go ahead.
I've been to hell. I saw your comment. I got that stacked up. These songs are a little bit long, so we're gonna save them towards the end, but we're still gonna check them out and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's check out this band called Movements.
Yes.
I've been like on the fence about these guys, so I'm actually kind of curious where you're gonna stand on them. But yeah, they have a new album out right now. It's called Ruckus, which I really like the name of the album.
That name.
It's called Ruckus. They've been putting out some songs. I've been whatever about them, but they put out this new one called I Hope You Choke, which, as you know, as an aging, I refuse to say elder emo, because that's turning into the basic bitch thing to say. But as an aging emo, I do appreciate thin-wristed men wishing death upon people who probably didn't do that much to them.
Yeah, shout out to Dave, or no, what's his name? The Taylor Hawkins from Foo Fighters, reincarnated on drums.
That guy looks like what Taylor Hawkins probably looks like right now.
Fucking Ant-Man's on lead vocals over here. We got Paul Rudd getting ready to fucking clueless us out of this fucking park. Let's go.
There we go. What?
I sneezed.
Oh. I was like, what the fuck was that? I'll start. Cause I have feelings. And so you haven't heard any other Movement songs, right, Pat?
I don't think so. I that sounds so familiar. Have we listened to them before? Because like it sounds familiar. Movements sounds familiar. I don't know if they've ended up on my Discover Weekly somehow or something like that. But I'm sorry. Go ahead and share.
Think we have. I
So
don't think we've listened together. But so the thing that the thing that
take your time.
the thing I'm gonna say about this was similar to like what I've heard on other songs from this album. Is the songs are fun. They have a lot of like fun shit in them. They have a lot of good stuff. Like I thought the chorus was catchy. I enjoyed he was doing 16th notes on the hi-hat, really making it move and stuff. But my problem with them is I almost want them to embrace dynamics a little bit more, because it's what like grunge bands did to sort of hack the system of songwriting. They basically a lot of people don't realize this, but like grunge basically stole. Well, grunge stole their songwriting from Nirvana, who stole their songwriting from the Pixies, which basically was really soft verses, very loud choruses. That's like an oversimplification of the writing process, but if you guys notice, a lot of popular music does that, where they have very, very soft choruses and then very big and loud verses. Flip that, soft verses, loud choruses. And when you do that, I just got really distracted because there's a thumbnail on here on YouTube for an interview with Cornel West, and the way his hands are, I thought he was doing racist Chinese eyes, and I was like, "Whoa, is that the thumbnail?"
Yeah,
but he's really
We're gonna play a different video.
I'm sorry. New song, Cornel West doing Chinese eyes. But he's just doing think about it, brother. But anyway, back to songs and not whatever that I just did. But like creating dynamics and creating like a different sort of vibe from verse to chorus and stuff like that is a cool way to sort of keep a song moving and add variety to it and keep the listener interested. So to bring it back to this song, I liked it a lot, but they kind of set up one general vibe and just keep that through the rest of the song. I would think they would benefit a lot from creating some broader dynamics from part to part. But how did you feel about it?
Yeah, dude. Honestly, to me, I think that's probably a better way to to word what I was thinking. Was like, I fucking hated the mix, dude. The guitar player looked like a joke, kind of like there was, for the most of the thing, like he's playing the shit out of his guitar. Everybody else is matching their performance in the song with their playing of the instruments. It looks like they're playing it live. It's much like the last one was very well edited. But there's times where I'm like I don't know if it's just how the band sounds, but I couldn't barely hear anytime there was backup vocals. They were so faint in the, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't, it didn't, like something was so off in the mix, and maybe it's what you're talking about. There wasn't enough. Like you can have those soft parts and that have the softer things, but when you're picking up the pace, like you gotta. And again, I'm not like giving notes to the fucking producer for them or anything like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just I'm not familiar
Pat,
with movements.
We're music critics. Talk way above your fucking pay grade. That's what we're supposed to do.
But this is one of those things where I'm like, dude, like you have, like if you're not going to add more, like so in the last song that we did for Random Hand was obviously there were elements that were being played in the mix of the song that were not being represented in the video. You can have the actual, you know what I mean? Like are you
trying to say that the mix just felt flat? I think that's kind of
but you didn't like, but I think it's better the way you put it, where in those
like dynamics.
Yeah. You didn't get to those, like you can have a heavier part where you can hear more
Well-
guitar or have more, but maybe he doesn't play with that distortion. Like I said, I'm not familiar with the band that much, but as far as the mix for the song, I didn't like it at all. I like the song though. I like what
No, that's why I
Just
want
the
to
demo.
put heavy emphasis on just like my big problem was the dynamics. Wait, I'm trying to bring it back to here. Let's bring it back to the verse real quick and we can hear
So impressed with your dedication. I guess you really
so like
guitar
right
sounds
there.
good. Everything
right-
sounds good right there.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's fun, it's good, but it's like the thing I'm noticing is like it's pretty big. So then hear how the verse is and then how it transitions over to the chorus.
and I hope you let every word you're sending.
It just gets a little busier, but like it benefits to be able to start here and then when the chorus hits to go somewhere. Like if you're not utilizing dynamics, you're not going anywhere on the chorus. You're just playing another part, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
Yeah, I can see where. Yeah, you're going to the next. You don't have the bridge. You don't have something in between. You don't have a interesting fill, a weird sound you're doing with something somebody's. Like even a moment where like everybody stops on a dime or something like that. Like something, dude. You gotta have
That's
something.
why
Like, dude, not to not to sound like a fucking judge on a cooking show, but you gotta have that wow factor. You know what I'm saying?
well, no,
You know what I mean?
dude,
Like,
they literally playing that back again. They literally could just add like a pre-chorus. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just
something.
a quick little dude, literally like right before the chorus hits, you could have just the drummer hit 4 on the floor, have a little shimmer on the guitar, have the lead singer do like a ooh,
Yeah.
and then cut out, and then he goes, "I hope you choke," and it's like it resets everything. Let's produce albums, dude.
Yeah. It just like you said, like it feels flat. It's just like I can see what this song is, and I still like the song. I think it could be so much bigger if the mix was a little bit stronger and it just had a little bit more. I don't know, like maybe
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
I also want to hear it live too.
No, I feel you on that one. I do too. I want to listen to this album.
Yeah.
Let's reiterate, like we really liked the song. We just thought the
Yeah.
mix was a little like whatever. Let's do one more new one and then we will get to the song requests and stuff because I know we've been running a little long. We did promise 9:23. We still have 7 minutes.
At least by
8 minutes.
9:26. So,
But no, I wanna listen to-
9:25.
I want to listen to this Harm's Way song real quick because I enjoy Harm's Way a lot and I want to check it out.
Okay,
They have a new album. Yeah, that's all right. I don't know what this
I like that intro. I know it. You don't need to explain yourself to me.
But yeah, they have a new album coming out, and they've been putting out some songs. And this is one of them. we go. That was Devour by Harm's Way. Now, Pat, I want to ask you. I want to ask you out of the gate. Did all the cows in the video make you want another hamburger?
I was gonna say these guys probably would not be very happy to hear that I had 6 cheeseburgers in one day. Because something about that imagery tells me they're not happy with all of the factory killing. Blah 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 blah.
Well, I couldn't tell actually. I couldn't tell what the use of the animals.
I think it's pro cow. I think it's very heavily pro cow. These guys are in the hand of Big Cow. These guys are right in that pocket of Big Cow, and they are doing anything that Big Cow tells them. They're probably Indian, tell you the truth. Actually, also, how much do you think it costs to rent the Hell in a Cell to film your music video in? Is it?
Oh shit! Is our stream down?
No, we're live. It says it right there on the top.
No, it's. Oh, you know what it was? I bet you. God damn it!
Is when we said all that thing about a Big Cow.
Yeah, Big Cow's trying to take it down. Here, wait. It was probably because of the video we played.
Oh, because of all the cows, or because of the music?
Because of the music video. It probably
We're mostly pro.
You know what? Let's just stop and start real quick.
Okay, bye.
All right, I'll send it back to you.